Lots of happy nursing week greetings in the comments. Be sure to have an eye on the comments for some words from your colleagues. I think we're about ready. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining the 2022 Nursing Now Ontario Awards. My name is Diane Martin, and I am the CEO of the Registered Practical Nurses Association of Ontario, and I am your host for today's event. Before we begin, though, I would like to start with a land acknowledgement. We are gathered virtually here today, but each one of us is living, working, and playing on Aboriginal land that has been inhabited by Indigenous peoples since the beginning. As settlers, we are grateful for the opportunity to be here, and we thank all of the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. In particular, I want to acknowledge that I am in the WeRPN offices in Mississauga, which is the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit Nation, the Credit First Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Huron-Wendat, and the Wyandot nations. This recognition of land is important for us as settlers to acknowledge the contribution and historic importance of Indigenous people. As we strive to take on the collective challenge and promise of truth and reconciliation in Canada, it is important that we take time to consider how each one of us can play a role in that journey. I invite you now to take a moment to do that. Thank you. I'd like to now introduce the Nursing Now Awards through a video.
Welcome to the Nursing Now Awards. These awards aren't just about showcasing 3 individuals. They're also about shining a light on the efforts all nurses put forward every single day to lead, learn, and support each other. The actions of one person can have so much power, and just by nominating one of your peers, you've also shown the power that we all share as a group. Like a ripple in a pond, we trust that this power can flow throughout this award ceremony, the nursing community, across Ontario, and beyond. And remember, even though we're recognizing 3 special individuals today, we are all moving forward together.
In its 3rd year, the Nursing Now Awards celebrate exceptional nurses and build upon the goals of the Nursing Now campaign, a global initiative aimed at improving health around the world through nursing. 3 nursing associations, WeRPN and our friends RNAO and ONA, have joined together to champion these awards. The annual Nursing Now Ontario Awards recognize 3 nurses in the following categories: a registered practical nurse, a registered nurse, and a nurse practitioner for their contributions to nursing practice and the health and well-being of Ontarians. The work that nurses do each and every day to improve people's health deserves to be celebrated and recognized. During the past year in particular, COVID-19 has revealed how resilient Ontario nurses are, and their enduring commitment to ensuring people receive the care they need despite the obstacles and global pandemic presents. This year saw 400 nurses nominated and a team of 15 adjudicators across the 3 partner organizations to get us to today's award presentation. Normally we would do this in person, but I do want to show you the awards. They are, I don't know quite how to do it without catching all the glare, but they are truly, truly beautiful awards, and I think they do justice to the work of the 3 wonderful recipients that we're going to hear about today. For our first award, I would like to introduce Suzanne Schell, the president of WeRPN, to do the presentation.
Thanks, Diane. I am so incredibly proud of the dedication, hard work, and endurance you have all exhibited these past few years. You've worked overtime, you've been short-staffed, you've been denied breaks, you've been denied holidays. Yet despite all the agony, you return to your patients, residents, and clients, providing excellent quality care. I've witnessed nurses helping, comforting, supporting each other as they struggle to get through their shifts. Each time I hear a story, I'm reminded of why I became a nurse, why I'm proud to call myself an RPN, and proud to work alongside so many wonderful RPNs, RNs, and nurse practitioners. I wish you all the best. Now on to our recipient, Becky Lee. Becky Lee is the RPN recipient of the 2022 Nursing Now Ontario Awards. She has been an RPN at the Village of Riverside Glen Long-Term Care for the past 10 years. She shares her passion for excellent resident care and with other neighborhoods and shifts by working as a preceptor to nursing students and providing orientation to new team members. Becky graduated from Conestoga College in 2011. She wanted to become a nurse for as long as she could remember, but didn't go to nursing school until she was in her 30s. Becky has been married to her husband, Chris, for 16 years, and together they are the proud fur parents of two beautiful pug girls named Jilly, who's 7, and Lola, 13. Becky loves spending time with her entire family, even her in-laws. She admires and is grateful to them for their incredibly supportive, strong, and being funny. In her spare time, Becky loves to paint and flip furniture, which she did as a hobby prior to the pandemic. Becky also loves working in long-term care with seniors. She has always held residents at the center of everything she does and creates rich and meaningful relationships with everyone in her care. In creating these strong relationships, Becky is better able to understand the unique needs and preferences of each resident and tailors the care she provides to improve their individual experiences. In the early 2021, just weeks after the first COVID-19 vaccine doses became available, the neighborhood where Becky works faced an outbreak. Although the cases were spread between two neighborhoods, the infected patients were all brought to the Hermosa neighborhood where Becky works. Meanwhile, the residents who tested negative, who she had developed strong relationships with, were moved to a different location away from all the positive cases. Despite the resulting stressors, Becky recognized the need to remain focused on the safety and well-being of her residents in her care and demonstrated outstanding leadership and strength. She took the time to help the new nurses and PSWs become familiar with the resident and neighborhood needs. She sacrificed spending time with her loved ones, including Jilly and Lola, to protect them from COVID by temporarily living in a hotel. And she volunteered to pick up additional hours wherever it would help. Becky Lee's big heart and hard work have earned her the honor of winning the 2022 Nursing Now Ontario Award in the RPN category. Congratulations, Becky. Now let's hear what the nominator for the RPN recipient had to say about his colleague.
Becky Lee has been an RPN at the Village of Riverside Glen Long-Term Care for the last 10 years. She forms rich and meaningful relationships with each of the residents in her care, volunteers to be a preceptor to nursing students, and orientate new team members. In early 2021, when faced with a significant COVID-19 outbreak, Becky recognized that she didn't want to risk bringing COVID-19 home to her family, so she moved herself into a hotel away from her family and 2 dogs that she loves immensely. The neighborhood that she knew looked so very different. This was a difficult adjustment for her. She flexed her schedule and volunteered to pick up additional hours where it'd be helpful. Becky recognized the need to remain focused on resident safety and well-being and demonstrated outstanding leadership and strength through this journey. For that, we are grateful. Thank you, Becky. Congratulations. You deserve it.
With great pleasure, this year's 2022 Nursing Now Award recipient in the category of Registered Practical Nurse is Becky Lee. Congratulations, Becky.
Thank you so very much, Suzanne. I'm rarely at a loss for words, and I still feel very overwhelmed. I'm truly grateful. Thank you, RNAO, ONA, and WeRPN for bestowing the honor of Nursing Now Ontario Registered Practical Nurse for 2022 to me. Thank you to Schlegel Villages for taking a chance on a new grad 10 years ago. You've provided security, education, and many opportunities for me. I didn't plan to serve in long-term care, but I discovered it's where I belong and where I want to be. Thank you to my residents, past and present, along with their family members. It's an honor and a privilege to have your trust. Thank you to the Village of Riverside Glen for creating an environment that I am proud to be a part of. Thank you to my leadership team for thinking enough of me and my work to nominate me. I would like to thank my coworkers and my friends. Each one of you have helped mold me into the nurse that I am today. I could not do my job without you. It truly does take a village. Thank you to my family, my mom, my husband, my in-laws, my brothers and their families, my aunt and uncle in London. I have to be strong to do my job, and my stores have been low for the past 2 years. My family has given me some of theirs when I needed it the most. Finally, thank you to all the nurses and nominees. I offer my respect and adoration to you and all you do daily. Stay safe and happy Nurses Week, everyone.
Becky, you can just see your big heart in your speech for sure. Thank you so much for that. And now, as we move on to the RN Awards, so that I can get a tissue and wipe those tears out of my eyes, I'm going to pass it over to Morgan Hofarth, who is the president of RNAO, to present the award for nurse practitioners.
Hello, thanks, Diane. So I am Morgan Hofarth, the president of RNAO. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you today for the 3rd annual Nursing Now Ontario Awards on the anniversary of Florence Nightingale's birth, the founder of modern nursing. I'm honored to be presenting the award for the nurse practitioner category. I'm proud of RNAO's dynamic advocacy on behalf of Ontario's NPs to expand their scope of practice and ensure decision makers recognize their vital role in our health system. As of July 1st, 2022, nurse practitioners can order MRI and CT scans. This is a move RNAO has advocated for and is a crucial step to improve healthcare for all. On behalf of RNAO, thank you to all NPs who are making a difference in Ontarians' lives across all sectors of care each and every day, especially for vulnerable individuals. Our NP Award recipient is Guangxia Meng, who works in the stroke prevention clinic at Southlake Regional Health Center in Newmarket. Guangxia's nursing career began 30 years ago in China before she came to Canada as an international student in 2001. She is the first one in her family to work in healthcare and was encouraged to attend nursing school by one of her teachers when she was 16 years old. It was then when Guangxia realized that helping others made her feel so much joy and knew nursing was her calling. She began as a midwife and worked in labor and delivery before becoming a floor nurse. After receiving her RN registration in Canada, she worked as an evening nurse in a long-term care facility before starting at Southlake, which is where she's worked for the past 18 years in different units, including surgical care, post-anesthesia care, and stroke prevention. Guangxia embraces learning opportunities to advance her nursing career and strives to be a strong mentor to others. The support she's received at Southlake has allowed her to excel academically, having achieved both her bachelor's and master's degrees while working. After graduating with top honors, she was offered to fast track to PhD, and Guangxia is now a PhD candidate in University of Waterloo's Public Health and Health System program. In Southlake Stroke Prevention Clinic, Guangxia helps patients with physical, mental, and emotional hurdles to make sure they're getting treated properly. She's curious about patients' feelings towards the virtual care models offered during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is why her thesis will focus on whether a hybrid model of care will work post-pandemic. We wish her well on her studies and look forward to reading her findings. Guangxia is proud to call herself an NP and recognizes the value she and other NPs' expanded scope of practice has on patient care. She's always eager to embrace any and all opportunities to help improve health outcomes. Guangxia, it is my pleasure to present you with the Nursing Now Ontario Award in the Nurse Practitioner category. Before you accept your award, let's watch a video from the colleague who nominated you for this award.
As noted by her nominator, Xiaodian Zhang, Guanxia Meng excels as a nurse practitioner in the stroke prevention clinic. She always keeps patients' safety in mind and works closely with the neurologist to put her patients first. One patient wrote the following in a thank you card to her. "You are a dedicated, talented young woman that will go far in life. You are someone that everyone can depend on. When you say you will do something, I have no doubt that you would." Guanxia Meng's ability to collaborate serves as the oil and grease of the clinic's daily operation. As a result, the stroke clinic has expanded from its previous 2 days a week now to 4 days a week, which has significantly decreased patient waiting times. This NP model of care has shortened the wait time from 8 weeks to nearly 0. While busy working and studying, Meng has also been a preceptor for nurse practitioner and health informatics master students as well. Currently, she's in a teaching assistant role at the University of Waterloo's School of Public Health Sciences. Meng serves as a role model for nurse practitioners and has achieved and excelled at the 5 nurse practitioner competencies. She is a valued Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing member and will continue to serve her patients and community during her nursing career. The committee congratulates Meng on being nominated for and winning this prestigious Nursing Now award.
Congratulations, Guangxia, for being this year's NP recipient. That's okay.
Technical difficulties.
That's okay. We're so honored to present you with this award and would like to invite you to share a few words.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so hard to put this feeling into words because this is my 30 years in nursing. It's such a big numbers. So I'm glad to be able to have the chance to express my gratitude. It's a huge honor to receive this award. Of course, I recognize all the hard work nurse practitioner and registered practitioners, my fellow nursing colleagues done during this 2 years of pandemic. All dear fellow nominees are hard worker, art heroes. I'm just one of the lucky ones, but I think we are all truly the winners today. I thank for the tremendous support from my co-workers, my managers, and to be able to make daily work, to be able to provide the best for our patients. Every of them is worked the best of them. So I'm really appreciative have such a wonderful working environment and people work with. I always want to bring lots of thanks to the people who support me through my education. Dr. Nancy Watton, who inspired me to continue on the master degree, and Dr. Monica Perry, who inspired me for go on for PhD, and then my current supervisor, Helen Chen and Carrie McCannon, and they are all wonderful supporting me while I'm working, also studying in this very difficult situation. So without their help, I cannot do this. At the end, I really want to thank all my colleagues, my nursing colleagues, Penny, and my NP mentor, Kevin Prasad, who has had a tremendous help during my mentorship with him. And they are all wonderful and brilliant nurses. And at the end, I want to thank you to my family. And without my family, I could not do whatever I can do right now. And anyways, thank you so much, and a happy Nurses Week for all the nurses. I'm so proud to be one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Guanzi. That's a well-deserved award, and I'm so grateful that you are doing what you're doing with your nursing. It's incredibly important. I would like to now introduce Regional First Vice President of the Ontario Nurses Association, or ONA as we know it, Dawn Armstrong, to present the Nursing Now Award in the RN category.
Thank you, Diane. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here today on behalf of the Ontario Nurses Association to pay tribute to the recipients of the Nursing Now Ontario Awards and to present the award to the RN recipient. I think we can all agree that nurses have had a very tough 2+ years. They have countlessly gone above and beyond and continue to face significant challenges every day. Nurses are stressed and overworked. They're experiencing mental health issues, including PTSD, anxiety, and burnout because of what they have endured over the course of the pandemic. This pandemic has highlighted the vital importance of nurses and their dedication to ensure that patients, residents, and clients are healthy and safe. Time and again, nurses have had to do more with less and to advocate for the betterment of their patients. The compassion and comfort nurses demonstrate in all sectors have advanced the already great respect in which nurses are held. I am pleased that we are here today using this opportunity to continue to promote and highlight our profession and some very amazing nurses. It is now my honor to present the Nursing Now Ontario Award in the Registered Nurse category to Marissa Banavong. A passionate and dedicated advocate for street-involved homeless youth, Marissa continued to show up and go the extra mile. With much compassion and excellence, Marissa has consistently demonstrated care to street-involved youth and their children at the Yonge Street Mission in Toronto. For more than 9 years, she has maintained strong relationships with youth from the clinic's previous location on Yonge Street to a new one on Spadina Avenue. Marissa initially started as a volunteer foot care nurse at Evergreen Health Centre, providing high quality and tender care to the feet that have walked in places we hope we never have to go. It was here that she found her calling and passion for community care. She now runs the foot clinic service for youth alongside other dedicated volunteer nurses. She frequently can be found meeting and engaging with the most vulnerable from all walks of life at the Evergreen Centre. During the pandemic, while many were unable to come on site, Marissa continued to faithfully be in the health center, available for youth whenever the government allowed them to be open. Sometimes she was the only health professional that youth could access without going to an emergency department. Untiring in her efforts, Marissa's colleagues have called her the glue that holds the health center together and the backbone of this very important center. She collaboratively works with many healthcare professionals, including nurse practitioners, physicians, social workers, and therapists, and most of whom are volunteers. She welcomes and encourages youth and shows them ways to improve their overall health. Marissa is a true team player and can work well with all. Her gentle and professional care to some of the most marginalized in Toronto is a true testament to her strong sense of justice, fairness, excellence, and most importantly, compassion. It is with these attributes and dedication that I'm very proud to award Marissa with the Nursing Now Ontario Award in the Registered Nurse category. Congratulations, Marissa. Let's now watch a video from Marissa's nominator.
I'm delighted to congratulate this year's recipient, Marissa Banavong, who I nominated in the RN category for the 2022 Nurse One Award. I've had the privilege of working with Marissa since she started at Yonge Street Mission more than 9 years ago. Her work at Evergreen Health Centre for Street-Involved Youth has been consistently exemplary throughout those years. Because of lockdown and other protocols during the pandemic, she was often the only healthcare provider available to youth short of an emergency department. She never wavered in her desire to care for youth and sought ways to provide the best care possible, even during such a trying healthcare climate. Marissa's calm and friendly demeanor hide her unwavering standards for excellence, which she demands of herself, students, and professional volunteers. It is because of her consistent presence, along with her ability to accept youth as they are, while encouraging them to improve, that makes her the person who is most sought out in our health centre. All the professional volunteers that I consulted before writing the nomination agreed wholeheartedly with my assessment of Marissa and described her as the glue that holds the health centre together. Her current boss agrees that this is an apt description. Nurses have been called heroes during the pandemic. Marissa already was one, as she quietly worked, advocated, encouraged, taught, and cared for youth and their babies. The pandemic made it even more obvious. Congratulations, Marissa, on this well-deserved award.
I'd like to now virtually present the well-deserved award to the 2022 Nursing Now recipient in the category of registered nurse to Marissa Banavong.
Thank you, everyone. I'm so humbled and just at a loss for words for this recognition. And I just want to thank RNAO, ONA, and WeRPN for selecting me as the series recipient. I'm really, really grateful. I just wanted to thank my family, friends, and colleagues for their support and encouragement as I journey through this career. I couldn't get as far as I have today without your dedication and your support and your words of encouragement along the way. So thank you, truly. I want to give a special thanks to Beth Hayhoe for the nomination, for being such an amazing mentor, role model, and friend. I'd also like to thank all my wonderful volunteer nurses that I get the privilege and honor of serving alongside at the Evergreen Health Center, for my team and their support during good times and tough ones. They always had my back. So thank you for that. And thank you to everyone, all our healthcare volunteers at Evergreen, for taking the shared responsibility in maintaining the health of our community. I wanted to share a quote that resonates deeply with me by Rossi Williams, who is also a registered nurse. And she says, quote, "To do what nobody else will do, a way nobody else can do, in spite of all we go through, that is to be a nurse." And I thought that resonated with me so much, especially during such challenging times over the past 2+ years. I'd like to take this opportunity to also recognize my fellow nurses who have gone above and beyond their call of duty during the pandemic with great fortitude. It's just remarkable to witness that. And during such difficult times, I think nurses, I definitely echo that. Nurses have demonstrated remarkable courage, strength, resilience, and compassion. And I truly believe that nurses are the foundation of our healthcare. So to my fellow nurses, as people who I see as wounded warriors, I want to personally thank you for your dedication, your hard work, and all the sacrifices you've made in order to provide safe, compassionate care to those who need you. My sincere gratitude also goes to nurses that we lost during the pandemic, and to their families, my heart and deepest condolence goes out to you. I want to dedicate this award to you and end off with this quote from Martin Luther King Jr., that it's always the right time to do the right thing. And on that note, I want to encourage us all to keep on fighting. Thank you.
Marissa, thank you so much for that very moving speech. And I'm writing your quotes down because you're so inspirational. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward this is recorded, and I'm really looking forward to making the link available for all of us to share this broadly, because certainly as inspired as we are, the public will be even more inspired to know that this is the people who hold their quality of life in their hands. So I'm hoping that everyone will share the link. For those of you who were the recipient of an award today, those awards will be couriered to you, and you can place it somewhere that is meaningful to you. And I just want to say in closing that as award recipients, it's wonderful for me to see that your work spans the life cycle, right from our youth, the work that's being done by Marissa, to Guanzia doing, dealing with a really important aspect of our care, especially in keeping people safe. And then finally, of course, Becky, who's caring for our elderly in the way that we would want to be cared for, we would want our parents to be cared for. I'm so grateful for all of you. So congratulations to all of our award recipients, to all of the nominees, and thank you to the nominators for taking the time to tell us the stories of these amazing nurses. I'd also like to give my personal thanks to both of our Nursing Now Award partners, RNAO and ONA. It's always a pleasure to work with you every year on this very important recognition of nursing. Best wishes to all nurses who are making such a difference in the lives of so many, and to have a happy International Nurses Day. Thank you.